everyone, it's Samantha from the Breckenridge Library. Today we're going to be painting flowers with a vase. So for this project you'll need something to protect your table, like a plastic tablecloth or a cut up trash bag. You're going to need paper, crayons, watercolors with your paintbrush, and a small container of water. I'm using a Dixie cup. So first we're going to start drawing some flowers, and we're going to use our black crayon for this because it makes some nice lines. So they can be any shape you want because they're your flowers. I'm going to draw a tulip, which is just kind of a circle with 3 lines like that. Next, if we make a big circle here, we can make petals kind of going around like this. So we have flowers there, and I'm going to make one just like that. So these are your flowers, so they can look any way you want. Next, we're going to draw the vase. And so the vase can be any shape you want. Mine's going to be a little short because I drew the flowers big, which is fine. So I'm just going to go like this. Oops. And that's going to be my vase. I left some space for the stems and the leaves, which we're going to draw next. So the stems are just 2 long lines, and that's going to be like that. And we'll have a big one that I'm going to angle into the vase like that and like this. Now we have our stems. If you want to add leaves like I'm going to, you can. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. I like to draw them pointy because I think they're a fun shape. And so they would look something like this. So I have 2 leaves there. Now we're going to draw the table for our vase, and that's just 2 lines right here like this. Go across the page. So we put them a little bit behind the bottom of the vase so it looks like it's sitting on something. So next we can go at it with different crayons. We're just going to add some fun lines because it's going to look really cool with a watercolor afterwards. So I like to detail the leaves, which is just making a long line there and then maybe adding a couple lines that go across, kind of like that. I'm going to add this around here, just swirly lines around there because I think it's fun. And then maybe a yellow circle line here. And some purple lines on the base. If you want to do more than what I'm doing, that is alright. It's your painting. So now we're going to go at it with watercolors now. I'm going to put the crayons over there. So these are my watercolors. It's just a simple set. And I have my water here. We've got to make sure the brush is nice and wet. I like to start with the background, and we're going to work our way down the painting. That way if something's still wet, we won't smear it with our hands. So I am going to paint it, I think purple, because I like purple. So sometimes it might take a while to paint, but it's still fun to do. If you go over the lines, that's fine, because it's your painting and nobody's going to be able to paint flowers like you. These are all your own flowers. And if you don't color all the background, that's fine too. You can leave it blank if you want. This is just a little time here. And like I said, for leaving it blank, if you don't want to color all of it, you don't have to. I kind of like purple, so I'm going to color the whole thing purple. If you wanted to switch colors up while you do this, you can. It's just putting on the color any way you like. I kind of like that there's some white space when I'm painting. So I'm going to leave that in. Okay. So if you have some paper towels, it's a good time to like dip your paintbrush in and wipe off the excess color so it doesn't mix in with any of your other colors. So I'm going to start with the flower the farthest from me over here, and I'm going to paint the inside orange because I put that yellow line there. It's going to show up like that, and that looks pretty cool. Just going to color that in a little bit more. I kind of went over the lines, but that's okay. And then I think I'll color the petals blue, because I think blue is a cool color. If you want to color the flowers all the same color, you can, because it's your painting, and because the color you choose is probably pretty cool, because it's going to be your favorite color, right? So next, I'm going to do this small one down here, and I want to paint that one, yellow. I like yellow. I think it's a happy color. Just go over it like that. And then I'm going to clean up my brush really quick. I'm going to paint the inside red. Okay, and then I like red tulips, so I'm going to paint the tulip red also. I think red's a nice color. If you want to leave any of your flowers blank, that's okay too, because there's plenty of white flowers too. Okay, and now we're going to move on to the stems and leaves. If you don't want them to be green, they don't have to be green. I like green, so I'm going to paint them green. So it's just painting however you want right there, and if you want to use different colors for them as you go on, like add yellow on the tips if you want, that'd be really cool too. And it's okay again if you go over the lines. They're more like guidelines anyway. I'm just gonna fill that in. Okay, and now I'm gonna move on to the vase. I really like that blue that we used, so I'm gonna also paint the vase blue because I think it's a pretty color. I'm going to just quick fill that in like that. Okay, and then we can do the table. I like the color green, so I'm going to paint it green. It's my favorite color. Kind of went over the vase there, but that's okay. And if you don't want to color the table, you don't have to. It can be a perfectly fine white table. And then the last step after this is waiting for it to dry, which is probably the hardest step, really. Well, thanks for doing art with me today, guys. See you next time.